Hello, Cancers, and happy birthday, happy solar return. May everything, the light, the healing, the projects, the ideas, the insight be on your path this month for your solar return. So, on this, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. We come in the month and we have the Five of Swords to start with. So that means that, some of you have been dealing maybe at the end of the month, going into the beginning of the month. The Five of Swords, this is when ourselves, our inner talk, or other people will be pulling out the arguments that kind of cut our own legs. Okay? So here we have three masculines. So even if it's a blade number 5 and we have five blades, swords, we have three masculines. So it talks about the shape of things, the number 3, the shape of our masculine. There are three masculine aspects. So the shape of our thinking pattern. And here, the one that is the most energized, red hair, has 3 swords in his hands. And that's the 3 of Swords. That's our disappointments, our heartaches. Remember that time that this happened and it still hurt us and we drew conclusions from there. He's using these 3 swords to defeat the 2 others. And on the floor we have 2 swords. That's the 2 of Swords. So our capacity to actually acknowledge the 2 ways of thinking, the paradox we're in, and be able to make a decision, none of them have it in their hands. They cannot make this decision. So this can be people around you using arguments, like, oh, Cancer, you can't do that, it's not possible, or not you, or maybe that same self-talk. Okay, so it's very disempowering. If you would be a lawyer and you wouldn't mind using every argument, even if it's not beneficial for anybody, but you want to win, that's perfect. Okay, but if your intention is your growth and the growth of everything, then that's not beneficial. The second card that I have, they came out like this. I'm leaving them like this because I think they can switch either way. And that's going to be the kind of the mid-month energy. Okay. Here we have divine feminine receptivity. Here we have a divine masculine, but again, the number 3, which is the shape of things. And he is in a receptive position. So here, nothing works. Forget about it. I'm cutting my own legs. Here, oh, if my divine feminine is aligned, it can put my fire, my energy in a receptive way instead of, hyperactive mental that can defeat with intelligence. Okay? So here, or if it's like this, I'm not connected to my divine feminine and my energy is not open to receive, attract, and all of that. And the end of the month, wow. I kept them all because I was like, okay, here we have Queen of Wands, Lovers right there to begin with. Well, we have 4 major arcana. So we have the Lovers, which at the end of the month, you're going to make like a big decision, a big inspired decision. See, now the feminine is looking at the divine, okay? And he's looking at her to know, okay, what are we doing? That's great. Queen of Wands, the love attraction working in the right way. What do I desire? Here, alignment with my aspiration, Chariot. We have Sagittarius here, Temperance, realigning myself with the true will to grow, to expand, and we have the Fool. This gives us that faith to jump and go towards the new. So there's a transition happening here. You're going from self-sabotaging in a way, or fighting to be right instead of putting your energy into promoting you. So in the fighting to be right, under that, I have the King of Sword in reverse. So we know it's based on truths that are not beneficial for us. Truths pulled from the perception of events, not the grand perspective that we're going to have at the end of the month with Sagittarius here, Temperance, but a perception. So that means it's from my standpoint of my experience, which is unconsciously very limited. We have the Devil. It's not gone. It's there. It's in reverse. It's on its way out. What is remained is unconscious. So maybe you're going to see yourself going there. Because this month, when the confrontation arrives with the Empress, either up or down, it's like, oh, maybe I get the inspiration, but I don't see how it can happen. I don't see it coming towards me, so I destroy it instead of trusting me to do it. You see what I mean? And I say that because under, I have an Ace of Pentacles. There's the inspiration, there's the new insight, new project. It can be something solid or just a new comprehension of a self-worth. And here you are using your fire to actually leave whatever water, means emotion, memory, impact, imprint of a collateral damage, leave it behind in the knowing that there's more out there and I'm going to go for it. And that is the judgment. So a lot of you are going to do this judgment this month. And a judgment, we have again a question of water here. And you're Cancer, so your water has to be clear for you to be your most efficient. Let's call it like this. So here we have the 3 coffins with the 3 characters, our inner feminine, inner masculine, inner child, floating on water and being called by the vibration, the frequency of this trumpet. Trumpet by an angel, that's Gabriel. And so, of course, it's going to rise everything that is going to be responding to it positively and negatively. Okay? So, in the sense, like the things that are very wounded, they're going to come up to the surface to be addressed so they can match that frequency. So that you can, reconnect, attract, open yourself to receive. And that's going to push you to a decision based on seeing the bigger picture, a deeper healing, and jump into this new thing. All these major arcanas are understandable because it's the kind of counter leftover 7 of cups and the 2 of cups with the 8 of wands in reverse. And this is when we attract the kind of people in our lives that are the mirrors of our unconscious beliefs. And so we don't know what's going on, like, what, why are they treating me like this? Why are they showing me this? It's because unconsciously, I'm doing the same thing to myself. And it's being mirrored out there. If I don't trust myself, or if I'm not available for myself, if I don't acknowledge myself, I'm going to mirror people that do not acknowledge me, that do not, are not open to me, and so on. This is the kind of mirroring. And when we're trapped in it, we're trapped in it. So we're trying to figure out what is going on, and we're only reading our dreams and our wounds, and we're stuck in that cloud. So here, this is a huge liberation. Okay? So let's clarify for you, Cancers. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Cancers for the month of July 2024. And you have your full moon right around the 5th of the month. So this is going to really help shed light in the unconscious. So that's why the beginning of the moon, some of you might have, you know, some challenges in that way. But look at the challenges, look at the people, what they're saying, and think, okay, the only way this can hurt me is if I believe it. If I do not believe it, it cannot hurt me. So if I agree with it, yes, they're speaking out loud what I'm secretly believing inside of me. And that's why it's hurtful. So it's time this month to pull a judgment on this. So they're kind of going to, it's the great opportunity to see the unconscious limiting beliefs on what you can accomplish here and what is available for you to experience. Okay, let's clarify that 5 of Swords for Cancers. Okay. Well, it's right when being in your power. This is something you're doubting. You're probably have experiences where other people were misusing their power around you, and because this guy can be very manipulative or things like that, or you weren't able to ground. And here, because of the Page of Pentacle, the last pentacle I had, we weren't able to ground it. It wasn't given to us, whether it was a commitment, a project, whatever it was. And the disappointments we had from that, we're still using in our mind to prevent us from being in our true power of the magician. Here, 10 of Cups. You're at your 10 of Cups. Like, you know, if you've been following me, I explained that the 10 of Cups is just we go through 1 to 10 often in our lives. So it's not the ultimate right away. Your 10 of Cups when you were 15, you know, your first kiss, whatever. But then we grow more conscious and we get deeper in the emotions, richer, and so on. So here, that 10 of Cups tells me that you're at the end of your cycle of cups. You need to go get an Ace of Cups. And that is going to allow you to have that extra self-love, receptivity, capacity to read your intuition, you know, because the Empress is all about self-love, self-worth, and the capacity to create whatever is connected above and bring it below. So, Venus. Let's look at the King of Swords in reverse. What's the lie? What's the lie with the Devil here? Let's do both. What's the lie with the Devil? Okay. All right. So we have the Star in reverse, the Strength in reverse, and here is you, Queen of Cups up. Who's behind? The World in reverse. You're really at the end of a cycle here. This is ditching out, or the principle, how do I finish my cycle? I'm really almost done with that cycle. I know I'm done. How come nothing changed again? It's because you need to make the decision to actually jump in your next cycle. That's why the Eight of Pentacles is there. That's why the Judgment is there. I need to open up and make myself available to the next cycle. But what's left over in the lies? Here, when we have Strength in reverse, that means that our ego is freaking out. I don't know what's out there behind door number 2. Let's just remain here. This is safer. Okay? And the star in reverse, let's keep all that old crappy water. We know it, it's us. If we relieve it, then are we going to be provided with new water? Is there new water behind door number 2 for us? That's the kind of the leftover lies that are preventing you from actually finishing really your past cycle. And of course, you're going to do it this month, and then you're going to be able to jump really from the full. But it's that kind of, yes, it takes strength, it takes courage. Why we call it courage? Because the lion only has the references of your experiences here. He arrived, is your inner child, is your ego, is your animalistic side. He arrived in the body. And if your higher self wasn't in charge at the beginning, for XY reason, okay, maybe you arrived not such a unconditional love and worth receptive family. So him is just trying to protect you. He's like, I'm gonna drive, sit in the back, I'm controlling this, I've got this. And for him, he's gonna do everything in his power to make sure that you do not get any pain, that you do not die, that you do not get another trauma. So he will stir you out of danger, because for him it's dangerous behind door number 2, your next cycle that is unknown. But your higher self is connected with the logos, with everything that was, that will, that can, that be, everywhere at the same time, all of that. So it knows that your intention and your beliefs are going to create what's behind number 2 as you're going through it. So it's not like, should I expect downfall and therefore close the receptiveness or not? So it's all about this, and it's up to you. You're the one that has free will. You're the one that has the cover over that cup. Do I let in new water that's going to receive new frequencies, like a super high trumpet? And then that's going to put me in a position of making a decision. Do I keep all the experiences and the moves I used to make, and the universe would respond unjudgmentally to the shadow parts of me? Let's see your Empress here with the 3 of Wands. So during the month, maybe you're going to go back and forward between those 2 things. Okay? So I have the Strength in reverse again. This is where, do I listen to my higher self? Do I listen to my ego, my body, and so on? And I'm still not really investing myself who I am. Not investing in somebody else, investing in me. So I need that pentacle here. It flipped for a good reason. King of Cups, and here is the star. That's the judgment you're going to put. You're going to bring up these things. So maybe this month at one point you're going to see or hear about an ex or an old family member, or that's going to stir up memories, and this is for you to address them. All the emotions you thought were done with, it's for you to address them so that you can release and be in a receptive of new. Let's see here. So the judgment is to bring your star. So that's beautiful. And here, the more you're going to be grounded emotionally, the more it's going to be easier for you to say, you know what? Yes, I'm trusting myself. I'm trusting myself to have what it takes, have the judgment, have the guts to open that second door. So here we have Chariot. So it's possible it's all about your purpose, all about what you want to achieve in life. what you desire, what you want to create, and now you would be actually ready to do it. Ooh, okay. Because you will understand and you will get out of your head. This is freeing yourself from a mental prison, probably because it's divine timing. It is the time to do it. So you're going to understand it this month. You might not have quite access to the fire about it. So that means yes, this is the way, I have the energy to do it and so on. Since we have the 10 of Wands in the bottom of the deck, you're going to have to look at what are your expectations on yourself, because some might be too much and you're preventing the beginning because of that. Something holding up the fire. And it could be mirrors that are showing you your shadow, your unresolved things and your wounds. But here's the Lovers again. You have to make a decision about this. Is this me? Is this the conclusion I'm drawing here? Is this me, or is this, the belief from that perspective? And so here we have the Moon in reverse. Or you, Tower in reverse that wanted to peek out. I have the Ace of Cups here. That's what you need. But getting out of your head, it's really going to be that leap of faith, that courage of going for it. The cup is there for you. But you need to know what you really desire so that you can stop attracting from unresolved emotions. You know, when you look at the magician and he's got his 4 elements on his table, we have to understand that we're casting 24 hours a day, consciously and unconsciously. So if I have unprocessed waters, that the law of attraction is actually attracting towards me. And with my will, with my unconscious will that wants to be right, that things do not work, cannot be planted, and all of that. That's my reality. I better believe that and not be disappointed later. That's the logic of an inner child stuck in a box. So this is reviewing all of this so that you can make that ultimate decision. So it's freeing yourself from your mental limits. And I'm going to call that video like that. Freeing yourself from your mental limits. Because that's on different levels what you're going to go through this month. And we do having the star here. We have the full moon in Aquarius on July 21st. So new moon in Cancer, you going deep into the waters, showing and revealing what is hidden. You're going to be in it. Now you have to make the difference between, is this reality or is this the reality fabricated from my perception? With this, I'm going to get perspective. I'm going to go from perception to perspective. Perception based on wounds and lies, conclusions I drawn from it, to perspective, and therefore being able to realign and make a choice that's going to clear that. So that's a beautiful gift for your birthday, my beautiful Cancers. You're going to start switching the unconscious connections that you have, when you're dealing with people and how the universe responds to you. So it doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you believe. And so here, it's going to show you what's happening unconsciously. So on this, happy birthday again. This month, I finally pretty much finished the tarot course. So this month it's going to be the process of trying to put this on my website so that you can have access to it. I'm really excited about it. So that's just before I forget. And also, I'm sending you all my love and light for this month, Cancer. If you want a private reading, you know how to reach me on the website. That's it. I'm not putting phone numbers on the comments or anything like that. It's the website under the video. Thank you also for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And of course, new moon, full moon, I ask the universe to give you back in the shape that is the most beneficial for you. And on that, namaste, happy birthday, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.